I wanted to share with you my personal experience with using the knuckle with my migraines. I've had migraines for the last 20 some years. And typically anything that involves expansion of my blood vessels give me migraines. So when I get my period, when I ovulate, if I have alcohol, if I'm on high altitude, if I exercise too much, anything that increases a lot of circulation for me would trigger a migraine. So this is why I created the knuckle, because I knew that there was a solution, and I've tried so many different things over the years to try to figure this out. So what I've discovered about migraines is that a lot of migraines have to do with this vasodilation, or like your blood vessels really expanding. So all those things I described all create that situation. Another really important thing that causes blood vessels to expand is when you have a trigger point release. It's actually really related to that too. So in my case, I have these trigger points in my upper trapezius muscle, which is one of the things that the knuckle helps with. I also have trigger points at the base of the skull and the suboccipitals that refer pain here. So in both of those scenarios, when those trigger points get activated, the blood vessels change, that creates a whole cascade of events that then triggers the migraine and creates this active situation of pain. And so what I did with the knuckle was really targeted those spots over a period of a couple weeks. So I used it every other day, working on both my upper trap and the base of my skull. I tested each day which spots were tight. You know, as you can see, there's lots of different muscles in the back of your neck. So some days I ended up focusing closer to the center, the skull. Some days I used a little bit of the wider tip and worked on these muscles. Sometimes I did a combination of both. Sometimes I even got a little bit wider out. And I actually even worked a little bit down my neck and found a spot kind of in the middle of my neck that was really tight too. And with each of these spots, I was able to hold prolonged pressure, waited for the muscle to release, and got it to relax. And what I noticed was that while I was doing it, it was actually quite painful. It did get better as I was putting pressure on it. So I was listening to that particular mantra, but then even got a little bit sore afterwards. You know, like my neck was a little bit sore, my skin was a little sore to the touch. But when I got my period, I did not get a migraine. And when I had that glass of wine the next time, I did not get a migraine. So what that tells me is that it's actually getting at the source of the problem. And I wanted to share this with you personally, because I know how hard it is to deal with migraines, because I have been living with that myself. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm hypermobile and the way that my nervous system responds to certain stimulus. But to use a tool like this that is affecting the muscular system in this particular way and have the results that I did, this could be huge for so many people. So I hope this story inspires you. I'm here to help you with any questions that you have, and look forward to hearing your successes as well.